Welcome everybody for this seventh session on preventing Legionnaires disease. Today I entitled my presentation Serve with Compassion. Um, few years ago I wrote a book called For Safer Cities Shift the Paradigm. And what's about a paradigm? It means like when we work, are we working like robot or with compassion, with the aim of serving the people? That means the big difference. And with that, I will treat about the nature of the risk, and secondly, about the risk analysis, which is the causal analysis. And third, I will just teach you in my field, which is the cooling tower system and risk management. So let's start this presentation. Like I told you, the problem is, are we working with compassion or like robot? If we are working like robots, sometimes you can have difficulties to use internet because they ask you, are you a robot? So make sure you're not a robot when you're working and you work consciously. You work with the knowledge of who you serve and what's for, which means preventing Legionnaires disease is one of your responsibility. And the point about this is the nature of the risk. Last week, we heard that there was 3 cases of Legionnaires disease in Montreal. And the problem here is that these cases, are they enough to change something in our way we are doing, or we say, oh, this is okay, we have only 3 cases. So let me tell you what is the problem. The problem is risk. The frequency is not much about Legionnaires disease. You know it. It happens quite few times. And sometimes people, they get uh, sleeping, and they don't understand that they are under the treat of that Legionella, which is the bacteria. And sometimes it's when you are not aware. So this is the point, the frequency, and the point then is the consequences. The consequences are such high because you have a really serious disease. Like 25% who contract the disease will stay in the hospital, and 10% and more will die from that disease. This is why, it's so serious that the people like us, we are working with cooling tower system and water building system. We are the one on the first row to make sure that this disease won't hit the people. So, this is the way we must change our attitude. We must shift the paradigm. We must open our mind. And this is why I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you to help a new culture, a culture of safety, and not a culture of fatality that once in a while something is happening. We are living in a civilized world, and in this world, we can prevent disease, then we should do it. And how we will do it? We will do it through a causal analysis when we have results like we had last week. So we will ask us, here are the consequences, how we can avoid it, what are the causes of it. So let's change the background. Nope, it's not the right point. Otherwise, take a while, take our breath. and make sure that with this change, we make the first point just being inside ourselves, then we build on it. Here is Montreal. We can see here the picture of the great poet Leonard Cohen, and it's really nice to see it in the reality in the city. Then you have the St. Lawrence River, the bridge, and if we go uh, on on the west, no, anyway, on the west, on the east, then you will have a residential part of the city, and all around because this is an island. So the question about the causal or the risk analysis is first, is it coming from the water quality? Like we heard that there was three cases in the Anjou, and year after year, I used to hear something like in Anjou, there is cases, and we don't hear about downtown or any other place of the city. And yes, there is, but we hear quite often. So we can ask, is there something about the water quality in this part of the city? Is it something bad to think about that? To think outside the box because we are in a building or working on a technology like cooling tower system, we cannot go outside the box. I think we should, and it has been done in the past, like in Flint. Microbiologists over there proved that the uh, water quality was the main cause of an outbreak. So it's just narrow the responsibility. It's going below, lower the responsibility of those in the building if the water quality is not at the rendezvous. And let me tell you that we do Legionella tests each month in Quebec about the water cooling tower system. And is it to just prove that each year we have something like 50 cases and we are just satisfied, it's fine. So look about that point about changing our attitude and serving with compassion. It means that should we do something differently and try to do some tests like in municipal water at the entry of the building to see if the water quality is there for the people who are just distributing this water within the building. I think this has to be asked as a good question. And at the same time, people who manage a building, they should know about risk management and different sources of transmission of the disease. Like, do you have a spa? Do you have a ornamental fountain? Do you have water? Yes, you should have, but is there a system at risk? So let's extend your program from cooling tower system to other sources and at the same time to the whole water distributing system, the municipal water, and make tests not only on the cooling tower system but other place and not blindly or like a robot each month and only proving that at the end we have 50 people who had the problem in Quebec, and that's okay. Why 50 is okay? As someone who used to hear the total quality movement, we say the target is zero. It means that we have to reach that level. Only one people getting sick is too much because we have to do our job together to reach that level of result. And we can do it because if we are conscious and at the same time, if we are doing like a causal analysis, like I showed you right now. Then the third part, which is the my point, let's change again while taking just a breath for what I told before. Let's see. Uh, So let's come here again, just in front of this Mali SPX cooling tower. It's just funny to see that cooling tower, and I want to show it as far as it is over there, and there is no change because there's a lot of reason to change it. The paradigm, the whole paradigm is about, oh, we have water system treatment, and we have maintenance, and also we do some Legionella tests, and we are just okay. So we just narrow our mind on risk management, on maintenance and water treatment. While the problem is much more larger, bigger than that, the big picture is about, let's see, the design and operation. Like here, the design show that the cooling tower should be relocated to make sure that the garage where the people circulate in is a safe area. Otherwise, even we have water treatment or maintenance and all that, people are under the threat of Legionella because uh, they can just breathe or inhale the water droplet infected by Legionella. So because of that, relocating is a good thing. But as water treatment or maintenance is a cost, budget, the other part can be a saving budget because this cooling tower is not operating at the level it should because there's recirculation, like the humid air going out from here just circulate like that and come in again and reducing the performance of this cooling tower, which means that the water doesn't reach the level it should. So that's why, we have to take care of the design because not only we will have a safer system, but we will have a system more efficiency. And I want to teach that to these people in the thermal sector of the manufacturer who are just not taking attention of the way their equipment is installed because you can have like the CTI um, certification that in factory it goes to this performance, but when it is installed, and let me tell you that I had experience before somewhere in an industrial uh, power plant or industrial plant in Quebec where something like even 50% of the performance was measured on site because of bad installation. So this installation is not a right installation, and for that, the performance is different, and the people in the thermal, support of their salesman should know it. And this is why, we will shift our paradigm. At the same time, we will be more conscious. We won't work like robot to just supporting the sale, but we will work for the people who can be treated by a disease which is serious And cooling tower should be a safe installation. And this is the main point today. I hope you did enjoy that presentation. It was a short one. I hope it's okay, and see you next time.